going to show you a couple of cases I got for my Raspberry Pi. This one came with the starter kit from Adafruit. It's basically a bunch of pieces of plexiglass that are cut out. You put them together like almost like a little jigsaw puzzle, and it covers the Pi, covers the computer for you. But I don't know. I don't know if you could hear that, but I wouldn't really say this is a very secure covering for your box or for your Pi. You know, it's got all the ports there, including one for your GPIO there for your GPIO cable. But I wasn't entirely happy with this case, so I moved on. When I bought it, I also got from Element14. I also got this little case here, and it's a little more secure. It has the same problem all these cases have, that except for one exception I'll get to in a minute. But basically the SD card is like sticking out about a half an inch from the side of the case here. So if you're trying to use this as something that's kind of portable, like something you can stick in your pocket or something like that, it can bend off, it can break, it could damage your whole board. And so again, I wasn't really too thrilled with that. This one didn't have the opening for the GPIO cable, and I don't know. I wasn't really too thrilled with it. So again, I moved on. Now, this case, I got two cases from Pivo.com, Pibo.com, suggested to me by the Raspberry Pi Getting Started Guide by O'Reilly and Mate Magazine. And the first one was actually the least expensive of the two, but I actually like this more. For one thing, it still has a trouble with the SD card sticking out on the end here. But aside from that, it's actually relatively nice. It's relatively sturdy. It actually bolts down instead of kind of clipping together with little plastic tabs. This one works a lot better, but there's still an issue with this one and all the other ones that I'm going to get into in a moment here. In fact, it's actually magnified, and the next case is going to show up here. And that would also be by Pivo.com. And of all the cases, this one looks really nice. They basically take a bunch of plexiglass plates, and you cut out the holes inside, and you layer them up one on top of the other to make this. It feels like a solid piece of Lexan almost, but it's really several pieces. It's kind of like a stacking plywood or something. And this one also has a slot for the GPIO. It's actually kind of integrated into the slots as well, so it actually makes it very, very secure. You don't have to worry about the cable getting ripped out for the most part and damaging your board. And it's a lot stronger as well. Again, there's no rattling on it like this one here, or certainly this one. But there's one problem with this case. If you notice here, the Raspberry Pi's got 3 chips that generate the most heat here. We got the main CPU over here, as well as the memory here and the GPU. It's all in one chip here. You got basically your little power supply. You got your big capacitor and transistor right here, and then you also have the network controller card right here, or the controller chip here, and they all generate a lot of heat. And the problem with this case is the very thing that makes it so strong causes a problem, because instead of it's all being a area or volume that's where the heat can expand from the chips, it's basically compartmentalizing it. So like you've got this little box here, and the air doesn't go anywhere, and it's just getting hotter and hotter and hotter inside this little box. Same here, you've got the openings on the top, but it's still just a small little bit of ventilation for that chip that's generating all that heat. And the power supply, it's got a little bit of room to expand over the HDMI port. There's a few open slots there, but it's the same issue. It's instead of being the entire the area of the board, they all are just like heating. The chips are all just heating up in their own little hot boxes. And I first got this case and fired it up, and it's like, yeah, this works nice until about 30 minutes later, and then it overheated and it shut down. I was like, well, that's not great. And, you know, I tried putting heat sinks in here even to try and cool it down. It just actually made it worse because there's actually less volume for it to cool down in. So, yeah, this, if you're going to be using this for like something that really heavy duty, like a media center, or you know, playing XBMC on it or OpenELEC, this isn't going to work for you. Even just playing music on it, it starts to overheat pretty quickly. It gets up to 150 degrees, and it just shuts down. It reboots. So, now, one good thing about this is that this is one of the few cases that could fit an adapter. I also got this from Adafruit. And that basically cuts down the size of the SD card slots. You can put a mini SD card slot inside here instead. And that's, you know, that works nice. And again, if you're not using this as a heavy-duty machine, you know, you're not overclocking it or anything like that, it should work okay. But if you're trying to do anything media intensive, it's probably gonna be a lot of trouble for you. So I had to move on from that. Now, the case I finally settled on, I'm going to show you in a minute here. I'm going to stop the video, and I'm going to go ahead and grab that case. I'll be right back.